Hello students, now in this video we will see our next part, that is, let me take first of all a short thing, precedence of quantifiers and binding variables. Now here the quantifiers for all means which one? Universal quantifier, and there exists means existential quantifier have higher precedence. They have higher precedence means priority. Precedence, or they have higher precedence than all logical operators. From prepositional calculus. For example, if I write for all x, p of x or q of x is equivalent to for all x, p of x or q of x, while it is not equivalent to for all x, p of x or q of x. These things are equal. This or is in between this whole, that this universal is applied on p of x with q of x, not with this for all is not applicable to both of them, it is applicable to one of them only. Okay, this is the thing here. Precedence or the priorities are as such. Now the part of logical expression, to which a quantifier is applied, is called the scope of this quantifier. While a variable is free if it is outside the scope. Now you know which variable are free variable and which are bounded variable or bound. Now those variables have given a value or either applied a quantifier on them. They are variable that they are get binded, but those are not bound by quantifier or doesn't set a particular values to them. They are free variables. So let me write a note. That an occurrence of a variable that is not bound by a quantifier or set equal to a particular value is said to be free. So such a variable is said to be free, otherwise it is bound or it is binded. It is binded means we are binding them using particular value or quantifier, either any one of them, and then they becomes prepositions, otherwise they are predicates. Okay, now this is about the precedence of quantifier and binding variables. Now let me tell you logical equivalence involving quantifiers. How does two statements are logically equivalent if they involve quantifiers? Now you know those statements involving, now we have seen a logical equivalence between prepositions. Now this is about the quantifier. Logical equivalences involving quantifiers. Now two statements are logically equivalent if they have the same truth value no matter which predicate are substituted into these statements and which domain of discourse is used for the variables in these prepositional functions. So I will say statements or prepositions involving, they become a preposition, so we can say prepositions involving predicates and quantifiers are logically equivalent if and only if, this is if and only if they have the same truth value, no matter which predicates are substituted into these statements and which domain of discourse or the domain of discourse is used for the variables in these prepositional functions. Means our prepositional functions is same as to say predicates. Prepositional functions. Now suppose we will take an example, show that there exists x p of x and there exists x q of x are not equivalent to there exists x p of x and q of x. Suppose we have to prove this. So to prove this, let us give an example. Use an example to prove it. So let p of x is is a predicate, that is x is odd, and q of x is a predicate, suppose x is even. Okay, now here let me assume U or universe of discourse is set of positive integers. It is set of positive integers. Okay, now let me see what does this left hand side gives. There exists x p of x and there exists x q of x. What is the equivalent statement, English statement for this one? It says that there exist odd number, there exists odd number and there exist even numbers. So this is what it is true. Positive integers, some are odd, some are even. So its truth value is true. Now what about this is what LHS will give this. Now what about RHS? RHS is what we have to show these are not same. So we will see their truth values are different. So let us see this. What does this? There exists x, p of x and q of x. So what does this say? No number is both. Now this says there exists a number which is odd and even. Is this true? No. One number is either odd or even, but it won't be both at a time. So what does the truth value of this is? False. So the left hand side gives the truth value true, right hand side gives truth value false, means these are not logically equivalent. So at last we will write, therefore this shows there exists p of x and there exists x q of x are not logically equivalent to there exists x p of x and q of x. This is the solution of this exam. Now let me see negating quantifiers. Now suppose a statement is given to us with using quantifier and sometimes we have to write its negation. That time we will use this. Let me write negating quantifiers. Now a simple thing, I will give you only two choices are here. If for all is there, then its negation will become there exists, and if there exists is there, its negation will become for all. So negation, and let me write equivalent statement of it. Now negation of there exists x p of x. What is the negation of it? For all x, negation p of x. This there exists will come before, it will become, the negation of there exists will become for all, and this negation will apply on p of x. Similarly, negation of for all x p of x, it will become, for all will become there exists x, and negation is applicable on p of x. Now let me take an example. Suppose I have a statement for all x p of x is the statement. Suppose every student in a class, every student in a class has taken a course discrete mathematics. Have taken a course discrete mathematics. Now negation of this one. What we have seen, negation of for all x p of x will become is equivalent to what? There exists x, negation p of x. Okay. Now what is the statement for this one then? This one having a statement, let me write that. There is at least one. There is at least one student in a class who has not taken a course. Who has not taken a course in discrete mathematics. Who has not taken a course in discrete mathematics. This is the negation for it. Now let me take some more examples on this negation. Suppose, now question is that write the negations of. Write the negations of. Now suppose the first one, for all x square greater than x. So what is the negation of for all x square greater than x? The negation for this one, this is equivalent to there exists x, negation of x square greater than x. Now negation of x square greater than x is what? There exists x such that x square is less equal x. Okay, greater will become less equal. Now second, there exists x such that x square is equal to 2. We have to write the negation for this. Negation of there exists x square equal to 2. So what does it give? This is equivalent to this there exists will become for all x, negation of x square equal to 2. Negation of x square equal to 2 is what? X square not equal to 2. Now the third one, for all x square greater than 0. So negation of for all x square greater than 0. So that will equivalent to there exists x, negation of x square greater than 0. That is equivalent to there exists x square less equal 0. Now let me take next one more. Fourth one, there exists x, 3x equal to 7. So negation of this one, negation of there exists x, 3x equal to 7. So that is equivalent to for all x, negation of 3x equal to 7 is what? For all x, 3x is not equal to 7. So as such we can write the negation of these one. These are simple questions, can be asked for 1 mark or 2 mark question. Now let me take the next part, nested quantifiers. Nested quantifiers. Nested quantifiers. So nested quantifiers means what? Now we have two quantifiers, existential and universal. If we are using both of them at a time in any one of the statement, then these are known as nested quantifiers. A simple thing I am telling. For suppose I have a predicate x plus y equal to 0. Now here I need to bind x as well as y. So if I write for all x there exists y, that satisfies this. Such a means here we had used both quantifiers at the same time, that is known as nested quantifier. Let me write the definition. Again I will write it as an example to you. So nested quantifiers occur when a prepositional function of two or more variables. Two or more variables has more than one of its variables bound. More than one of its variables bound means more than one variable are present and they are bounded, such as, or for example, such as for all x there exists y as x plus y is equal to 0. We know if we put x there is one y. Okay, now let me take some examples on all these concepts whatever we had seen in last two videos. Okay, now example, suppose I have a statement, suppose I will write translate into symbolic form. Translate into symbolic form. I have a statement, every real number except 0, every real number except 0 has a multiplicative inverse, Suppose I have to write this into symbolic form or using logical connectives or quantifiers and all. So the same statement or the equivalent statement for given one, two given equivalent statement for given is for every real number x, if x is not equal to 0 except 0, so x is not equal to 0, then there exists has a multiplicative inverse. So there exists a real number, is another real number y such that now what should I write? Such that x into y is equal to what? 1. 1 is a multiplicative identity. Suppose we have a number 2. We want the answer should be 1. What should I write here? It should be 1 by 2. So here 2 is known as multiplicative inverse of 1 by 2 and 1 by 2 is known as multiplicative inverse of 2. These are the things here. So here it satisfies this one. So equivalent statement for given one is this one. So it can be written in logical as such for all x, for every x. But how x not equal to 0? Okay. Then means what? Implication. There exists y. Such that means this condition should satisfy xy equal to 1. This is a symbolic form for this statement. Now let me take another definition or another example. Suppose we have to express the definition of limit using quantifiers. We have to express definition of limit using quantifiers. So what is the definition of limit? Let me write that first. For every epsilon delta definition, let me write. For every real number epsilon greater than 0, it is epsilon. I think you know it from physics. Greater than 0, there exists a real number there exists a real number delta greater than 0 such that mod of f of x minus L is less than epsilon whenever 0 less than mod x minus a less than delta. So this can be written in symbolic form as for every epsilon, means what? For all epsilon there exists delta. Okay, there exists delta. Now for all x this should satisfy, means I must write for all x. When this part hold, then this implies this. Okay, so when means 0 less than mod x minus a less than delta, this implies mod of f of x minus L is less than epsilon. This is the symbolic form of the definition of limit, and this is for this every real number except 0 has a multiplicative inverse. Now let me take some more examples to translate. Now this is in symbolic form. Now let me take a symbolic form is given and let me convert it into a English sentence. So translate into English sentence. Translate into English. Translate into English. Now suppose we have the statements Cx as x is a comedian. X is a comedian, and fx that x is funny. X is funny. Now we don't know who is this x and all. So now we have to translate into English. Now which statements are given? Suppose the first statement, for all x, c of x implies f of x. Okay, suppose we have to write it. Now what does this say? For all x, every comedian, what does this comedian is what? Funny. Implies means what? Comedian is funny. So I must write the answer for this. Every comedian is funny. A simple thing. Now second one, for all x, c of x and f of x. So what can I say here? Every x, c of x and f of x means what? Every person is a funny comedian, or every comedian is funny. It's the same one. Here every person is a funny comedian. Okay, now the next one, suppose there exists x, c of x implies f of x, means there is a person such that if he or she is comedian then funny. So here I must say there exists a person such that if she or he is comedian, then she or he is funny. Now the next one, suppose I will take there exists x, c of x and f of x. Then it says some there exists x, who is one of the person at least who is comedian as well as funny. So some comedians are funny, at least one or more than one, but not all. Some of them are comedian as well as funny. Now let us take the next one. Suppose I have to translate into symbolic using nested symbolic form, using nested quantifiers. So suppose my first statement is, for each value of x we can find a value of y satisfying x plus y equal to 50. So what is the answer for it? Suppose let me say p of xy is x plus y equal to 50. Therefore it gives me for all x, for each value of x we can find one, means what, there exists y, such that x plus y equal to what, 50. Now let me take, there is some value of x and some value of y such that x cube y square equal to minus 972. Now let us say q of xy is a statement x cube y square equal to minus 972. So therefore, what is the symbolic form for this? It can be said that there is some value of x, means there exists x, some value of y, means there exists y, such that what, q of xy. Here I can say for all x there exists y, p of xy. As such we can write them. Now in next video we will see again translation into English for the nested and one more example, and later on we will go for rules of inference. Okay, thank you.